Well, just yesterday I discovered that Webflow updated how components and conditionals work together. I want to show you how that works. Yesterday I was updating my website. I've been doing that for the beginning of this year, and I'm working with some components here. And I have this component here that I like, but I don't want a video showing on this component and a video showing here. I want these two videos. Just don't want that to happen, right? Like I want to show an image here. I like the way this component works, and I want to have some flexibility with that. And so what I was able to do was toggle this switch over here, image visibility. If I toggle it to visible, then the video hides. If I toggle it to hidden, then the video comes back. And so that was something that would take you to do a couple of different things in the past. And basically, they've just taken this down into one step. And so let me show you how to accomplish that. So if we go in here and we just delete this property, for now, these two things are going to disappear. Let me push back the visibility. And really, this just takes two steps. And so the first thing that I'm going to do is on my image wrapper, I'm going to go and I'm going to set the visibility. This is what I used to do in the past. I would just go in, I would set the visibility. I'm going to create a switch property, and I want this one. I'm going to name this image visibility, and I want this to be hidden by default because I'm using this in other places on the website, and there's just a couple places where I want to use an image rather than a video. The video works well, just not in this particular context. And so I'm going to go ahead and set this to hidden by default. And you're going to notice that that is going to disappear. Now, that doesn't really give us the functionality that we want at this point. Now, I can bring back this image, but now I've got an image and a video there. And so what I would used to do in the past is do the same thing on this video, which then I would have to manage two different toggles. Not really that big of a deal, but if you're passing this off to a client or something like that, then it can create some difficulties. You may end up with two different components on the, but what I noticed yesterday is then when I went in to do the exact same thing that I would normally do, I clicked on visibility here for the video, and I noticed that there was this other toggle or this other option here, create conditional. And so I clicked on it and I realized, oh, wow, this is a little bit different panel than I have seen in the past. And maybe this is going to offer me with some other options. And so I clicked on image visibility. So if all of these conditions in this group are true, I've clicked on the image visibility. If this is hidden, then I want my element that I'm clicked on to be visible. Else, I want this element to be hidden. Now, what this allows me to do is if I click out of this, now I have this toggle here and I say, well, I really don't want the image. I really don't want the video visible in this case. I really want the image to be visible. All I need to do now is click on visible, and that image is visible and my video disappears, exactly what I want to take place. Now I could take this a step further and I can make this component even more flexible if I wanted to come in here and say, hey, I want to bring this video out, and I can create a group for the image. Let's create that. Then I can go back over here to my conditional right here, and I can add this to that group as well. Well, it actually did not create the group for me. Let me go back over to the image. It's one of the things that if you don't click enter, then it doesn't end up creating, or click out of that cell, it doesn't end up creating it. So now when I click out, I have my image. I can change this out. I can replace it with anything that I want in my panel over here, whatever is going to work for that particular section. If I want my video to show up, well, then I can just hide that and my video is going to come back. And so those are some of the things that you can do with this new conditional logic that is taking place. I'm looking forward to diving into this more. So maybe you can tell me how you might be using this down in the comments, and we can share some things between one another and really get all the power that we can out of this new feature that Webflow has released.